ladies and gentlemen, I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to channel. Today we're going to be looking at this lovely looking tank right here. It is the Badger. The Badger, it is a British tank destroyer tier 10, and it's a tank that a few people have been waiting for a very long time. We've seen it in test. We've seen a couple of the test guys testing it, and it actually seemed quite OP. I think differently. I don't think it's OP, to be honest. It's a very nice tank. It comes with the Tea Time attachment that costs 4,000 gold, and it comes with a legendary camo called Esquire, which changed the name to Badger S in the game, Badger Esquire. But it is a nice looking tank. It's a very good looking tank. Looks like a proper beast. But I wouldn't go as far as saying it's OP. It's, as I've said, it's a very nice tank. Don't get me wrong. But let's just look at the stats, and I'll explain why I don't think it's OP. So let's have a look. Hit points 2,120. The armor is very good. The armor is actually very good, and that's what makes the tank very strong. If that didn't have this armor, this tank would be absolute shit. So the front armor is 215, sides 152, and the rear is 38. So it's got nice sides, not so nice rear. View range 264. Damage per minute hits 3,450. So nice damage output there with the reload of 8 seconds. That is with running the gun rammer. AP 280 pen on your AP and 370 pen on your APCR. The HE on this thing really does suck. I wish it was a little bit more, considering it is a British. Maybe the Hesh, but I think with the Hesh it would be quite OP. And it does 460 damage on your AP, 390 on your APCR, and 550 on your HE. Now, aim time 3.5, very good. Dispersion 0.299, which is very good. Gun elevation 20 degrees, and it has 10 degrees of gun depression. Now, the speed is 30. Very slow speed. And it does feel really slow. Hold traverse 29.40. And why I say this is not OP, because the track traverse on this thing is appalling. It really is slow. The speed is slow, and if medium tanks or light tanks or even some quick TDs or quick heavies, they can get around you and you are in big trouble. So we're going to have just a look at a few battles just to see how the tank plays. So we're going to show you just 2 battles that I just picked the best 2 battles that I had. We got one on this Winter Malinovka, and we've got one on Rockfield. So as you can see, the tank 30 kilometers an hour. It is a bit sluggish, and the traverse is, as I've said, is quite slow. But the armor on this thing, you're going to bounce shots. You are going to bounce shots. It's got a lovely gun, except for that shot. That was just just a snapshot, hit and hope kind of thing. But you can see there, one bounce already for 400 damage. So we know that's not from the Batchat. I believe it must have been from the Conway with the 122mm gun. I'm not quite sure. But now the Conway has been spotted, he's going to get absolutely wrecked. Are you ready for it? See you, Conway. Just less than a minute, and that's one tank down. So the enemy have caught C. I don't know why none of our team have caught A yet. I think they are on their way. But the enemy have got 2 TDs, so I do need to be quite wary of them. They've got also a medium and a light tank, so I need to get into cover, because I do not want that Batchat or I do not want that Leopard to come behind me. So I'm going to use the hill that's to my left, and as long as you've got cover, you can. It's going to be difficult for them to circle you. But without cover, you have got no chance in hell. So we've already bounced 970 damage. We are on 1300 damage. Now, I don't want to back up anymore because there is a mouse that is behind. We are now one tank down a piece. There's the back chat. We are using the HE, and we do get a nice 570 high roll into him. And basically, it puts him almost down to a one shot. And this is what I mean. We can just manage to get there, and just look how slow this traverses. Luckily, the back chat is going to get dealt with. He is now on a reload, and well, now he's on a reload, and he's perma-tracked me, and I've used both of my repair kits, and there is nothing I can do. But luckily, there's only one way he can go, and that was where we already have two tanks. So the T-54 is going to take him out. So it's now 5 on 4. But there is a full hit point mouse, so I'm going to help my medium and my light tank to take care of him. But there is a Death Star also sitting at the back. So it's now 5 on 3. We get just managed to get that shot on the mouse. But he does take out the back chat. Grill kills our Death Star, so it's now a 3 on 3. We're going to bounce the Death Star there. Nice 930 blocked damage from the Death Star. So that puts us up to 2,210 blocked damage. Unlucky for that Death Star. I bet he's kicking himself. The worst thing in a Death Star is waiting for 20 seconds and then bouncing. He does get an ammo rack here though. He's going to ammo rack the T-54, but that means now I know he's on a 20-second reload, which means I can shoot him twice before he's reloaded. But he does go behind the rock, but unless he heshes me, I know I can take a shot. So we're now on 4.6k damage. We're going to go in at an angle, and we get yet again another 930 block damage. So 3,140 block damage. We OP shit there from the mouse. It's not OP. It's not OP. It's a very good tank. 4,655. I'm not quite sure why that was only a first class. I wasn't really camping. I was in the middle, but I've aced this tank for much less, like 3k damage. So, and we also got 800 assistant damage. So that battle was quite not a bad battle. It shows that you can bounce even big caliber guns like the Death Star, not just once, but twice. This time we're on Rockfield. I don't think we're going to block as much damage, but we're going to do roughly the same damage as before. So we've gone into the TD position. The enemy have got 3 mediums, so we do wait for the medium to come along. E50M is spotted and the Leopard PTA is spotted. We get one shot on the Leopard, and the rest of the enemy team are pretty much gone to our right, so which means we can push our mediums, or our heavy and a medium can push the E50M, and the Leopard has no choice but to run away. So how to play this tank? How are you going to play this tank? I would probably play it like, kind of like an E3. It's got the armor. You don't really want to be frontline because, yes, it's got good armor, but when everyone's shooting at you, it's going to be hard to actually block everything that is coming your way. Sitting at the back in a bush on dead rail, yes, you can play it like that because it has got the armor, so tanks are going to struggle to penetrate you from distance, and you've also got the accuracy on this thing. So you can sit at the back or mid-range, just like I'm doing here, is a perfect position for this tank. As long as no one comes behind you, no one comes to the side of you. If they do, as long as you have cover, you can deal with a lot of tanks. So we've now got 2 tanks down a piece, and I did just blind shot the Foch a minute ago, and that did actually hit. So here comes the IS-7. Again, the replay system is bugged as fuck. It's very annoying, and it's been going on for 4 or 5 patches, and I don't know why Wargaming hasn't fixed the replay bug yet. But never mind. We take out the IS-7. Actually, quite a nice shot on the IS-7. So it's now 5 against 4. The Object 140, I'm not sure what he was doing. We managed to take 1 shot on him, so it's now 4 on 4. But I've saved my hit points. We've blocked 460 damage, and we're going to block just a little bit more. So 770 we are now, and it's the Object 140 is gone, and it just leaves the AMX-50B, the Foch, and an E100. So we're going to go and push into the AMX-50B. We're going to get up close to him, and again, that is what this tank is nice for getting up close, because it's got no hatch. There is no hatch on top that it can easily be penetrated. The bottom plate you can penetrate on this thing quite easily, and you can see we're not worrying about getting penetrated. He's going to penetrate us all day long from that position, but we're just going to get up close to him and face hug him. So face hugging, I think, in this tank is going to be really, really good. We do manage to take him out, so we are on just over 3,000 damage and just 2 tanks left to go. So here's the Foch. The E100 is being dealt with. E100 does take out the Centurion, which is now a 3-on-2. But the Foch makes an error here, and he decides to drop down, which means we can get 1 shot into him. And he's going for our AMX 50B. So I can come around this rock, get behind him, use the HE, and you can just see the HE's not great. I mean, it can penetrate the upper part of that Foch, but I think maybe the HE is a bit on the low side. But we can't have it all. We've got the armor, we've got the nice gun, and it's a very nice tank. It's just unfortunate that this tank is coming for crates. I'm not going to say if the tank is worth it or if it's not, because I don't want to be accused for Wargaming paying me to say that. It's a nice tank. If you get it, you're getting a nice tank. But if you don't get it, there's other tanks. There's other great tanks in Tier 10. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon.